What does the arts at Duke look like 20 years from now, if you could imagine it?
Should I start that one? Like I said, I would love to see Duke known as a place for the arts. You know, the way it's known for basketball, the way it's known for medicine, the way it's known for research, that here's a place where the arts are taken seriously, and you know, that students will have access, that departments all across campus are interested in and participating in the arts, that, you know, that the arts are really a part of everybody's experience on campus. You know, that we continue to build on what we're doing now with visiting artists and the Nasher and Duke performances, and then the amazing faculty who are bringing artists to campus on their own, through their own initiative to make it part of their teaching. For me, that's what I would love to see, you know, that is part of the Duke brand.
I would love for the painting department to grow and offer painting as a degree. That would be fabulous. And perhaps even a master's degree in painting. Yes.
Yeah, on the same note as where Beverly's going, the same goes for the moving image and all media. If there's an MFA in experimental documentary arts, it would be ideal for there to be a BFA.
Right.
And not just in filmmaking or just in painting, but in all of the visual arts.
Yes.
It is, I mean, if we're bringing, and we are currently bringing a lot of artists to campus, and I think not only to reinforce that, but to have it grow, to have students who are interested. You know, last semester in the spring, I had 3 students who were seniors who were taking their first arts class, who were so excited and were wishing that they were able to have started much earlier and were able to focus much more on the arts. And I'm sure you experience that as well.
Absolutely.
Every day.
Yeah.
I think, you know, I think the perception of Duke is, you know, is of excellence. And I think I agree that with Scott, that it should be part of our university and part of our brand. And I believe it can and it will. I also think in terms of trying to envision what that looks like, I mean, it's interesting. You define arts, and I think that's an evolving definition. You know, I think it was fine arts, performing arts, you know, music, dance, theater.
Right.
Spoken word is now an artistic expression. I was at the Hyde Museum in Atlanta this summer, and they had the culture of sneaker exhibit at the Hyde. And actually, one of my shoes I was surprised to see was there. And it was autographed. It didn't look like my autograph, but don't tell anybody. But I mean, to think that would be on display and a part of an exhibit, sneakers. And so I think the definition will evolve and change, you know, over the course of the next 20 years. And it would be great and I think Duke can and should be right there leading the way.
You know, just to pick up on that, one of the things I love to see happening, when I was in school, a violinist was a classical music violinist, and that was it. Today, you have violinists who can improvise, and that's almost, you know, if you want to be a professional violinist, you better be able to improvise, because that's what where the world is now. So what kind of visiting artists do we want to bring to campus? We want to bring in visiting artists who set that model, and so that art isn't just something like, you know, you're playing the same old, it's beautiful stuff, I love it, but it is changing, its meanings are changing, its context is changing, and, you know, those guys who wrote that music, they could improvise, and why aren't we doing that today? So, I mean, you're absolutely right, Grant. I mean, that we have to, it's not only a connoisseurship of fixed, you know, objects that we revere, but it is a living thing that is constantly changing, and we bring new meanings to to that work we love every day, and new practices, ways of approaching and engaging with it. How do we bring that into the curriculum? That's a challenge, but that is something that I would love to see as part of an invigoration of the arts here in 20 years.